Oklahoma is a top 10 state when it comes to low unemployment, currently at about 2.5%. Our state has seen some of its lowest unemployment numbers in decades, and yet Oklahoma businesses, large and small, continue to struggle to hire qualified workers. Kennedy Sepulvedo joins us now with more on the incentives being offered to try and entice people back into the labor force. Kennedy.
Yeah, Rich, only 2 states, Utah and Nebraska, have unemployment rates lower than Oklahoma's, which means businesses have to be really creative to lure in workers. At the height of Oklahoma's economic shutdown to flatten the curve of COVID infections in April 2020, the state's unemployment rate stood at 13%. By September 2021, that number had fallen to pre-pandemic levels of 3%.
We've actually been below pre-pandemic rates for months now, and Oklahoma is recovering faster than almost any other state in the nation. But on the flip side of that, employers are looking at those numbers and saying, that's great, but I can't find workers.
And so you have a little bit of a tension here between workers and employers. Employers are looking for more workers, but workers are reporting that they're finding all the job access that they're interested in.
The unemployment rate is the lowest it has been since 1976, but that's left many employers short-staffed and in consistent need of employees.
You know, I've had my Help Wanted sign out for 6 months. I've gotten a few resumes, and I've had people not show up for interviews, so it's definitely been a challenging time.
A challenging time brought on by unprecedented times, many Oklahomans feeling financially stable enough to retire or cut back on work to spend more time with family.
We've definitely seen where folks have, where before they might have had 2 jobs, now really can survive with the 1 job. They're kind of leaving the workforce right now or retiring from McDonald's.
They have the financial wherewithal to, maybe retire a little early, or to say, you know what, it's not all about maximizing my income. I'm passionate about this, and I want to go pursue something else.
That's exactly what former television news reporter Chase Horn decided to do after he decided he'd covered his fair share of negative news and fatalities.
You're around that death every day. You've seen a lot more dead bodies than I care to have ever seen in my life. Why I left. Working hard's one thing, but you do it all and you know it's important and you really want to do your best at it, but at the end of the day, when you go home and you're doing all this important stuff, you're not taking care of yourself.
Chase used his 10 years of experience in broadcast journalism to seek new challenges in the related field of digital communications.
I feel fortunate to have left an industry that was just a straight beat down on me, especially towards the end, and come somewhere where I feel valued.
Unlike any other time right now, job seekers have this big advantage of going after what they believe they're worth.
Now, obviously, companies are keeping now hiring signs out, maybe even adding large banners like this McDonald's behind me, but they are having to change the way they are recruiting potential employees.
We offer competitive wages. When I say competitive wages, significantly over minimum wage. Paid time off, free meals, uniforms. We have ability for college assistance or even GED assistance with our Archways to Opportunities. And we just look at a variety of things that make sense for our folks.
In addition to those perks, experts expect to see other significant changes in work cultures to entice employees to stay put.
You might see some positive things come out of this tension, which is employers being more cognizant about how do I connect to my employees so that we have a long-term relationship and not a short-term relationship.
Long-term relationships that allow for career growth within a company, something McDonald's franchise owner Martha Ball has experienced herself.
I started, when I was in high school a few years ago and, had the ability to, grow my career. And, who would have ever thought when I started that, one day we would own 8 McDonald's restaurants. So, the opportunity is really out there for our folks to be able to advance.
Martha credits those opportunities for fostering employee loyalty. And she isn't the only one who sees an advantage in creating and maintaining a positive work environment.
Because what we know is a healthy employee is a happy employee, is a thriving employee, is a more engaged employee. A healthy employee is a productive employee.
So a lot of younger kids are switching out of their boring day jobs. They're tired of getting yelled at all the time, so they want to come over to cannabis and come over to an environment that actually appreciates them and they can do something that they actually enjoy.
It's those businesses that are having the most success, those ones that really invest in the worker and make the worker feel connected to that particular employer.
Sounds like a great time to be looking for work, and a frustrating time for large and small business owners.
And so in order for things to change, it's really going to take workers to want to rejoin the labor market en masse, or really increase the number of hours or the number of jobs they want inside the labor market. And I don't think that happens until household balance sheets become distressed.
We will see if Oklahoma keeps its top 3 ranking when the next unemployment report comes out on January 25th.